want to talk about how you can play a song called Cupid by Cooke. And it starts out with this cool little intro part, actually kind of becomes our outro later, where we start on a G major chord. We play G major. First finger goes to A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E 3rd fret, third finger on the high E 3rd fret, and if you strum all those together, it sounds a G major chord and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to think about putting the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of working that for your G major. And then from the G we go to an E minor chord. We play E minor. First finger goes to A string 2nd fret, second finger goes to D on the 2nd fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord and that sounds really sad. Now you may also want to think about adding in the 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, and working that as an E minor 7th chord. And it's kind of this big alternation between the G and the E minor, and that might kind of make it kind of a 1-chord move, kind of second finger kind of move to the D second. And there's a couple strumming options you may want to think about through the song. You could work kind of an 8-down idea, kind of a G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, E minor, G, and I'm kind of adding a little muting to that, making that a little bit sneaky. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So if you took the G and tried that a lot, you'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So we tried that through the intro. Down G, down, up, down, up, E minor, G, E minor. Or a cool variation of that might be kind of a down, up, down, up. Between those patterns through the song could be very cool too. And then from there we hit our main verse chorus. We start on G, and then we go to E minor, and then we go back to G, and then we go to a C major chord. And normally you do this first finger on the B string 1st fret, second finger on the D 2nd fret, third finger on the A string 3rd fret, and if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord and it sounds really, really happy. Now you may also want to think about lifting off the first finger, kind of making that a C major 7, or adding in the pinky on the B string 3rd for C major 9 and kind of saying some stuff around the C chord. Or another way to do C major 9 is to do first finger on the D 2nd, second finger on the A 3rd, third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of working that for your C major 9. And then from the C we'll be going to a D major chord. We'd play D major. Oh, well, actually we'd be going back to G, but then we'd be going to D major. We play D major. First finger goes to G on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E 2nd fret, and then third finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E, it sounds D major and it sounds really happy. Now around D's, you may want to think about lifting off the 2nd finger. Always a dangerous finger to lift. It makes it D sus2. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of make that a D suspended chord and kind of say some things around D chords. Or you may want to kind of work a D7 chord and kind of give us a lot of bite to point back to G by doing first finger on the B string 1st fret, second finger on the G 2nd, third finger on the high E 2nd fret, and if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D7 chord and it sounds really nasty. Now on the D7 you may want to think about lifting off 3, kind of making that a D sus2, or adding in the pinky on the high E 3rd, making it a D7 sus, and kind of saying some stuff around the D7 chord too. Kind of be mixing that up through the rest of the verse chorus. So we try our verse chorus, we could do that any of those ways too. Kind of G, E minor, da 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 da, G, da da, C, da 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 da, G, straight through my D, da 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 da, G, G, da da, E minor, da da. Mixing up a lot of things we've been talking about. So we got a G, D, or maybe D7. Might be cool. G, G, C, D, G. And then from there, we're going back into our verse chorus. Now one other other thing I think about adding to the song though is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down, the down, down, up, or the down, up, down, up, down, up, you can throw in a bass for the chord. So on the G, you'd have low E for a bass, down, up, down. On the E minor, you'd have low E for the bass. On the C, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the D, you'd have the D for the bass. So we tried our next verse chorus with kind of adding in basses. We'd have G, E minor, bass, down, up, down, G, bass, down, up, down, C, bass, down, up, down, G, B, G, B, G, da, da, E minor, da, 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 G, da, da, C, da, 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 G, da, da, D, da, 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 C, da, 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 G. And if we try that idea through our next bridge, then we have kind of the G, like a little beach rake here if you kind of dig on that. So on the bass down up down, you may want to think bass and then do kind of your down slow enough to almost hear the individual strings. Bass rake up down. Can be kind of a cool way to kind of try and feel that. Bass down up down. So it's almost like a slow down so you can kind of get the individual notes. Or you might want to kind of think about breaking up the chord too, kind of doing little individual pieces of the chord can be cool. I'm just kind of throwing that out there freeform. And starting with your bass note helps actually, kind of a bass notes of the chord, kind of an idea. And that's called an arpeggio, kind of a broken chord idea. So we tried that idea through our next verse chorus. And we had kind of the G, E minor, G, and then from that verse chorus, then we'd be going into our outro part, which is just like our intros. Now, if you know the licks around these chords too, feel free to take this lesson and run with it any way you want to. Actually, I'm sure there's a million ways to kind of play this song. Awesome singing too. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Cupid by Cooke. So, good luck.